My apologies for the oversight. I will now generate prompts for each sentence with a single period, strictly following the sequence of the text without skipping any. The whisper started like a desert wind, barely audible, yet carrying the venom of a spitting cobra. Ego, a name that once echoed with pride, now felt like a cruel irony. But a cruel twist of fate, a prophecy whispered by a jealous elder, had forced her to conceal her true self. The beauty of Ego will bring only sorrow, the elder had declared. Her mother, a woman with eyes as deep and knowing as the ancient baobab trees, had tried to shield her. "Hide your light, my daughter," she pleaded, her voice thick with sorrow. And so, Ego became a chameleon, blending into the background, a ghost in her own life. The betrayal came swiftly, like a viper striking in the night. It was Chitty, her childhood friend, the one who had sworn to cherish her always. He was to take the village's most beautiful girl to the annual dance, but he looked away from Ego and chose the vainest. His words, though spoken softly, echoed like thunder in her ears. "Ego, you are unseen." The rejection cut deeper than any blade. Abandonment followed like a relentless shadow. Her father, a strong and respected hunter, left the village, never to return.
Ego was left with her mother, their small hut a sanctuary of sorrow in a world that had turned its back on them. The humiliation was a daily ritual. The girls in the village mocked her, their laughter echoing like the cackle of hyenas. The boys, once eager to catch her eye, now looked through her as if she were invisible. Even the village elders, usually wise and compassionate, offered only pitying glances, their silence a deafening condemnation. But within Ego, a fire began to flicker. It was the ember of defiance, fueled by the injustice she faced. She started to see her disguise not as a prison, but as a shield. It allowed her to observe the world without being judged by her appearance. She saw the shallowness of those who valued only outward beauty, the cruelty of those who reveled in the misfortune of others, and the surprising kindness of those who looked beyond the surface. One day, a traveling scholar, a man with eyes that held the wisdom of 1,000 stories, arrived in E's village. He saw past Ego's disguise, sensing the hidden strength and intelligence within her. He became her mentor, teaching her the ancient lore of her people, the healing power of herbs, and the art of storytelling. He saw her for who she truly was, a diamond hidden beneath layers of dust. He taught her about the legend of the Ayafin, the beautiful woman who was banished from the village for her beauty. The scholar explained that the Ayafin was not truly banished for her looks, but because she let her beauty define her, becoming vain and cruel. True beauty, he told Ego, lies not in the reflection in the water, but in the reflection of your soul. Ego began to understand. Her disguise was not meant to erase her beauty, but to protect her from the corrupting influence of a world obsessed with appearances. It was a test, a trial by fire, to forge her inner strength and reveal her true character. The shocking twist came on the day of the harvest festival. As the villagers gathered to celebrate, a fire broke out, threatening to consume their homes and their crops. Panic seized the crowd, but Ego, remembering the scholar's teachings, remained calm. She knew the secret path through the forest, a path known only to her and her mother. She led the villagers to safety, her knowledge and courage saving them from disaster. In the aftermath, as the flames died down and the villagers began to rebuild, a truth emerged. The elder who had prophesied Ego's sorrow confessed his lie. He had been jealous of Ego's mother, a woman he had loved but could not have. His bitterness had poisoned his heart, leading him to curse her daughter. The revelation stunned the village. They saw Ego not as the cursed one, but as their savior. They saw her beauty, not just in her face, but in her actions, in her courage, in her compassion. Chitty, humbled and ashamed, begged for her forgiveness. The girls who had mocked her now looked at her with awe. The boys who had ignored her now sought her attention. But Ego had changed. She had learned that true beauty is not a gift, but a choice. It is the choice to be kind, to be brave, to be true to oneself. She forgave Chitty, not because he deserved it, but because holding on to anger would only poison her own heart. She embraced her beauty, not as a source of pride, but as a tool to inspire and to heal. Ego became a leader in Yi's village, a beacon of hope and resilience. She taught the children the importance of inner beauty, the power of compassion, and the strength that lies in embracing one's true self. She showed them that even in the darkest of times, even in the face of betrayal, rejection, abandonment, and humiliation, the human spirit can triumph. Her story became a legend, a testament to the enduring power of the human heart. It was a reminder that true beauty is not about how you look, but about who you are. Years spun into decades, weaving themselves into the rich tapestry of Yi's village life. Ego, no longer the shadow she was forced to inhabit, stood as a radiant pillar of her community. Her wisdom, gleaned from hardship and the traveling scholar's tutelage, became the guiding light for generations. She mediated disputes with a calm spirit, healed the sick with her knowledge of herbs, and shared stories that resonated with the ancient heartbeat of their ancestors. The scar of her past, though faded, served as a constant reminder of the fragility of outward appearances and the enduring strength of inner character. She often gathered the young children under the sprawling branches of the village's oldest acacia tree, its gnarled limbs reaching towards the heavens like supplicating arms. There, in the dappled sunlight, she would recount her own journey, her voice a soothing balm against the harsh realities they might one day face. Never, she would tell them, her eyes holding the depth of 1,000 untold stories, never allow the world to define your worth based on what it sees on the surface. True value lies within the heart, in the courage to be kind, the resilience to overcome adversity, and the unwavering commitment to truth. The tale of the elders' jealousy and the false prophecy became a cautionary narrative, passed down through the generations. It served as a potent lesson against envy and the destructive power of unfounded accusations. The villagers learned to question whispers and rumors, to seek truth beyond superficial judgments. Chidi, humbled by his past blindness, became one of Ego's most devoted allies. He used his influence to champion those who were marginalized or misunderstood, his actions a quiet testament to his remorse and his deep respect for the woman Ego had become. Their friendship, forged in the crucible of betrayal and forgiveness, blossomed into a bond of mutual understanding and unwavering support. One day, a severe drought gripped Yi's village, threatening their crops and their very survival. Fear rippled through the community, mirroring the despair Ego had once felt in her isolation. The river, their lifeline, dwindled to a mere trickle, and the once fertile fields cracked under the relentless sun. Desperate, the village elders turned to Ego. They remembered her connection to the ancient lore, her understanding of the land. Ego, drawing upon the wisdom imparted by the traveling scholar, embarked on a perilous journey to the sacred caves hidden deep within the surrounding mountains. Legend held that the spirits of their ancestors resided there, guardians of the land and the source of the life-giving waters. The journey was arduous, testing her physical and spiritual endurance. She faced treacherous terrain, navigated by the stars and the whispers of the wind. Within the hushed silence of the caves, adorned with ancient paintings that depicted the history of their people, Ego performed a ritual of supplication, not for herself, but for the survival of her community. Days turned into nights, and the villagers waited with bated breath. Just as despair began to settle like a heavy shroud, a life-giving rain began to fall. It started as a gentle drizzle, then intensified into a torrential downpour, revitalizing the parched earth and swelling the dying river back to life. The villagers rejoiced, their gratitude towards Ego immeasurable. They saw her not just as a wise leader, but as a conduit to the spiritual realm, a woman blessed with a deep connection to their ancestral heritage. But the most profound revelation came during this time of crisis. While exploring the sacred caves, Ego discovered a hidden chamber, concealed behind a waterfall. Inside, she found ancient scrolls detailing the true history of the Iafin, the beautiful woman of legend. The scrolls revealed that the Iafin was not banished for her beauty, nor for vanity. She was a powerful healer and a wise leader who possessed an extraordinary connection to the natural world. Jealous rivals, threatened by her influence, had spread malicious rumors, twisting her story to serve their own selfish agendas. The prophecy that had shadowed Ego's youth was, in fact, a a distorted echo of this ancient slander. The shocking truth resonated deep within Ego's soul. The lie that had shaped her early life was rooted in a much older deception, a testament to the enduring power of envy and the ease with which truth can be twisted and forgotten. This revelation brought a profound sense of liberation. The weight of the false prophecy lifted completely, replaced by a deeper understanding of the cyclical nature of human folly and the importance of uncovering hidden truths. Ego shared her discovery with the village elders, who were astounded by the revelation. The true story of the Iofan was finally reclaimed, her name cleared from the stain of unjust accusations. Ego continued to lead E's village with grace and wisdom, her life a living testament to the power of resilience, the importance of inner beauty, and the transformative potential of truth. She taught her people to look beyond the surface, to value character over appearance, and to always question the narratives presented to them. Her legacy extended far beyond the boundaries of E's village, her story whispered in neighboring communities as a beacon of hope and a reminder that true beauty shines brightest when it emanates from a courageous and compassionate heart. The beautiful girl who pretended to be ugly had not only found the truth about herself but had also unearthed a forgotten truth that healed the heart of her entire community. Generations came and went in the village, yet the essence of Amina's teachings remained a vibrant thread woven into the fabric of their community. The library she had indirectly inspired grew, housing not only written accounts but also oral histories passed down through songs, poems, and dramatic performances. The story of the wronged girl who became a beacon of wisdom transformed into a powerful allegory, a cautionary tale against prejudice and a celebration of inner strength. The village, now known in the wider region for its progressive values and its commitment to justice, became a sanctuary for those who had been ostracized or misunderstood in their own communities. People seeking refuge from baseless accusations and societal scorn found a welcoming embrace in the spirit of Amina. The very name of the village, once simply a geographical marker, gradually became associated with her story, a place where truth had triumphed over slander. The baobab tree, beneath which Amina had shared her final wisdom, became a sacred space. Villagers would gather there not just for communal events but also for personal reflection, seeking solace and guidance from the enduring spirit of the woman who had found strength in her deepest despair. Young people, facing their own challenges and doubts, would sit beneath its shade, imagining Amina's quiet strength and drawing inspiration from her journey. The concept of secret knowledge took on a new meaning in the village. It no longer represented hidden malice or grounds for suspicion, but rather the inner world of each individual, a space deserving of respect and understanding. Children were taught to be mindful of their words, to avoid spreading rumors, and to consider the potential impact of their judgments on others. The shame that had once clung to Amina's name was replaced by a profound respect for the unseen burdens that individuals might carry. Occasionally, individuals resembling the banished shaman, those who sought to manipulate through fear and misinformation, would attempt to gain influence in the village. But the lessons of the past served as a powerful defense. The villagers, now equipped with critical thinking skills and a deep-seated distrust of baseless accusations, were quick to recognize and reject such attempts. Amina's legacy had instilled in them a collective immunity to the poison of prejudice. Centuries passed, and the story of Amina evolved, as all oral traditions do. The specific details might have blurred, the names and events embellished, but the core message remained potent: the importance of truth, the resilience of the human spirit, and the transformative power of forgiveness. The village, once defined by a cruel accusation, became a symbol of enlightenment, a testament to the enduring impact of one woman's courage in the face of profound injustice. Even the surrounding landscape seemed to echo Amina's journey. The scars on the earth from the trial by fire had long since healed, replaced by fertile growth. The hidden cave, once a source of shocking revelation, became a place of quiet contemplation, a reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface and the light that can ultimately prevail. And so, the story of what nobody knew Amina did with her underwear in secret transformed into a timeless narrative about the dangers of unfounded suspicion and the extraordinary strength that can be found in facing and overcoming public shame. It became a reminder that true understanding comes not from judging the unseen, but from embracing empathy and seeking the truth with an open heart. The whispers that once sought to destroy a young woman ultimately gave rise to a powerful and enduring legacy of wisdom and compassion, echoing through the generations in the heart of the African village.